Have you ever sat on the edge of your bed in the morning, ready to rise, only to feel like your legs were made of stone? Not tired, not lazy, just stiff, like your joints are arguing with you. You reach for the wall, the chair, maybe even that cane you swore you didn't need, and for a split second you wonder, is this just age catching up to me, or is something wrong? Maybe it's not you we're talking about. Maybe it's your mother, your father, your beloved spouse. They used to move with ease, laughing, walking, climbing stairs without thinking. And now, every movement is slower. Every step comes with a wince. They say, "I'm fine, just a little sore." But deep down you feel it. You know it. Something's not right. Let me ask you this. What if I told you that all this pain, the swelling, the stiffness in the knees, the aching in the legs, it doesn't have to be your new normal? What if I told you the secret to feeling better isn't found in a pill bottle or another doctor's appointment, but right in your kitchen? Yes, really. There are 5 powerful collagen-rich foods, simple, natural foods, that you can eat to soothe your joints, reduce inflammation, and restore strength to your legs. Not magic, not hype, just smart, time-tested nutrition that works. Especially if you're over 60 and want to keep thriving in your golden years. And I have to warn you, the last food on the list? Almost nobody talks about it. It's one of the most overlooked remedies in elderly nutrition, and yet it might just be the game changer you've been praying for. So grab a cup of tea, pull up a chair, and stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to feel informed, empowered, and ready to make choices that truly support your joints and your journey. Oh, and before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you or someone you care for is dealing with joint pain, type "no more swelling" below. And if this kind of content feels like a lifeline for you, go ahead and subscribe to Thriving Oldies, where every week we bring you tips to help you move easier, feel stronger, and live fuller no matter your age. Now, let's get into the good stuff. Now picture this. It's a chilly morning. You're wrapped in your favorite shawl. The kettle whistles softly in the background. You sit down and in your hands is a warm mug. Not tea this time, but a rich, golden broth. It smells like comfort. It tastes like home. And with every sip, something unexpected starts happening. You feel warmth in your belly, yes, but it goes deeper than that. It feels like your body is being nourished from the inside out. Not just filled, but healed. You might think, it's just soup. But let me tell you something you may not know. That humble cup you're holding? It's liquid gold for your joints. Bone broth is one of nature's most powerful healing foods, especially for seniors. It's loaded with type 1 and type 3 collagen, the exact kinds your body needs to strengthen the cartilage in your joints. That means less friction, less grinding, and yes, less pain when you move. And it doesn't stop there. Inside bone broth, there's a secret army of amino acids, like glycine, proline, and glutamine. These little warriors help reduce inflammation, support your gut, and rebuild the soft tissues that wear down with age. But here's where most people go wrong. They think bone broth is just boiled water with a few bones floating around. Something to toss away or only sip when you're sick. But no, done right, this isn't junk. It's medicine. The kind of medicine that doesn't come with side effects, only relief. So how do you make it work for you? Simple. Grab beef or chicken bones, especially ones with joints and connective tissue. Add water, a splash of apple cider vinegar, garlic, ginger, and let it simmer low and slow, 12 to 24 hours. That's how you pull all the nutrients into the broth. If you don't want to make it yourself, go for an organic, grass-fed, low-sodium version from a trusted brand. Warm it up. Sip it once a day. Consistency matters more than quantity. And don't wait for the pain to get worse. Let bone broth become part of your daily rhythm, like brushing your teeth or saying your prayers. It's a small habit that adds up in big ways. If that first step to healing surprised you, wait until you hear what's next. This next food is something you've likely eaten all your life. But no one told you how powerful it really is for your swelling, your strength, and your aging joints. Let's talk about it. Now let me tell you about Mr. Ade. He's a retired baker from the quiet part of town. Gray hair, gentle smile, the kind of man who always smells faintly of flour and cinnamon. I asked him once, "Sir, what's your secret? You're 74, and you still walk like you're 50. He chuckled, patted his knees, and said, "2 boiled eggs. Every morning. Rain or shine." Now you might be thinking, come on, just eggs? But here's the thing, he's not wrong. Eggs are one of the most underrated superfoods for aging joints. And yet, they're sitting right there in your fridge, day after day, just waiting to be taken seriously. Inside that smooth shell is a treasure trove of what your body needs, especially as you get older. Let's start with proline and glycine, 2 key amino acids found in eggs. These are like building blocks for collagen, the very thing that keeps your joints flexible, your skin elastic, and your muscles strong. Without enough of them, the wear and tear on your knees, hips, and ankles adds up faster than you realize. And then there's the yolk. That rich, golden center that so many people avoid? It's packed with vitamin D, a natural anti-inflammatory that helps regulate calcium and reduce pain in your bones and joints. For seniors, especially those not getting enough sunlight, this little boost can make a world of difference. But here's where the confusion comes in. For years, we were told that eggs were bad for your heart, that the cholesterol would clog your arteries and do more harm than good. But science has moved on, and it turns out moderate egg consumption is actually heart-healthy for most people. In fact, the real danger isn't in the egg, it's in how we cook it. Fried eggs, loaded with butter or processed oils. That's where things go sideways. But when you boil them or gently poach them, you get all the nutrients with none of the greasy baggage. So here's what I tell people. Start simple. 2 eggs a day, boiled, soft or hard, alongside some fruit or whole grains. It's affordable, easy to digest, and your joints will thank you for it. And if you're thinking, I've eaten eggs my whole life, what's the big deal? Well, maybe the big deal is that now your body needs their healing power more than ever. Because the truth is, healing in your golden years doesn't come from expensive pills. It comes from daily choices, simple, honest foods that rebuild you from the inside. And speaking of rebuilding, there's another source of collagen you might be throwing away without a second thought. It's something you've seen in every grocery aisle, probably even tossed in the bin after dinner. But what if I told you? The secret to stronger joints is right there, in the skin of your favorite fish? Let's take a closer look. I once sat by the shoreline with an old fisherman named Papa Inu, 91 years old. Skin like leather, hands like tree bark, but a sparkle in his eyes that said life hadn't finished with him yet. He cast his net with a steady grip, not needing help, not needing pity. I asked him, "Papa, what's your secret? How are your joints still this strong?" He didn't look at me, just smiled and said, "Never throw away the skin." At the time, I thought he was joking, but turns out he was right. The skin of fish, especially oily fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, is one of the richest sources of marine collagen you can find in nature. And here's what makes it even more remarkable. Marine collagen is absorbed faster by the human body than the collagen found in land animals. That means it gets to work quicker, soothing inflammation, repairing worn cartilage, and helping you move with less pain and more freedom. It's like sending tiny workers directly into your joints, armed with tools to rebuild what time has worn down. But here's where so many of us get it wrong. We scrape it off. We toss it. We avoid it because it looks weird or feels greasy, thinking it's just fat or waste. But the truth is, that thin, glistening layer you've been discarding is a healing blanket, full of nutrients, healthy fats, and collagen your aging body is quietly begging for. So how do you make the most of it? Keep the skin on when you grill, bake, or roast your fish. Season it well. Let it crisp up. You might find you even enjoy the crunch. And if you don't like the texture, No problem. Blend it into your soups, stews, or broths. It disappears into the flavor but leaves all its benefits behind. And let's not forget, fish skin isn't just about joints. It's also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation, support brain health, and protect your heart. 3 things we all need as we get older. So next time you're at the fish market, remember Papa Inu's words. Never throw away the skin. Because sometimes, the parts we overlook are the parts that carry the most healing. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I don't eat meat. I don't eat fish. What about me? Well, don't worry. Because the next food on our list is 100% plant-based. It's vibrant, juicy, and shockingly powerful when it comes to fighting swelling and boosting your body's natural collagen. And you've probably already got it sitting in your freezer or fruit bowl. Let's talk about it. Every morning, like clockwork, Mom Nkechi would rise just after sunrise. Not because she had to, but because she wanted to. She'd tie her head wrap, hum a soft hymn, and shuffle into the kitchen where her bowl of oats was always waiting. But one morning, she made a small change. She reached into the fridge and added a handful of berries, deep red strawberries, dark purple blueberries, and a few blackberries too. She didn't think much of it at first. Just something sweet, something pretty. But within a few weeks, something strange happened. She stood up from her chair without holding the table. She climbed the porch steps without stopping to rub her knees. She smiled and said, "Ah, my legs feel younger today." Now here's the truth behind what happened. Berries don't contain collagen, but they help your body protect and build it. These little fruits are bursting with antioxidants, especially vitamin C, which plays a direct role in stimulating your body's natural collagen production. Think of it like this. If collagen is the bricks for your joints, vitamin C is the bricklayer. And berries? They're the workers making sure everything runs smoothly. They also fight oxidative stress, the invisible wear and tear that speeds up aging in your joints, your skin, and even your heart. Every bite of berry is like a tiny shield against the damage caused by inflammation and free radicals. But let's be honest, most people still think of berries as a treat, something to sprinkle on pancakes or toss in a dessert. But the truth is, these are medicinal superfoods, not just snacks. They may be small, but they're mighty, especially for those over 60 who are looking to reduce swelling, move more easily, and give their joints a gentle, daily dose of love. So here's what I tell my listeners. Don't overthink it. Whether it's strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, fresh or frozen, it doesn't matter. What matters is consistency. Toss them into your oats like Mama Nkechi. Blend them into smoothies. Snack on them during the day. It's not about perfection. It's about adding small, healing habits into your daily rhythm. Because sometimes the sweetest solutions are also the most powerful. And now, my friend, we've come to the final food on our list. It's not glamorous. In fact, some people turn their noses up at it. But buried in its humble appearance is one of the most concentrated sources of joint-healing collagen on Earth. And chances are you've seen it before but never knew what it was truly capable of. Let's uncover it together. When I was a child, I remember standing by the stove, peeking into a bubbling pot where my grandmother stirred something that smelled like home itself. Chicken feet. Nothing fancy. No special packaging. Just the kind of cooking passed down from hands that knew what healing looked like, even if they didn't have a medical degree. Back then it was just tradition. But now we know those grandmothers were onto something powerful. You see, chicken feet and skin are some of the richest sources of type 2 collagen, the exact type your joints depend on. This is the collagen found in your cartilage, that soft, rubbery tissue between your bones that cushions your every step. As we age, that cartilage wears down. You start to feel bones rubbing, knees clicking, joints swelling. But here's the beautiful truth. When you consume type 2 collagen consistently, especially from chicken feet or skin, you're giving your body the exact tools it needs to rebuild that cushion. Not just reduce the pain, but support real healing over time. Now, let's clear up one of the biggest misunderstandings out there. Some people hear chicken skin and immediately think grease, fat, unhealthy. But when you cook it the right way, boiled, steamed, slow-cooked, you remove the unnecessary fats and unlock the nutrients hidden deep in the connective tissue. And chicken feet? They're not just leftovers or animal scraps. They're collagen powerhouses, packed with not just type 2 collagen, but also hyaluronic acid, glucosamine, and chondroitin, natural compounds that help reduce swelling and improve mobility. Here's how to use them wisely. Start by boiling or pressure cooking chicken feet. Add turmeric, garlic, or ginger, not just for flavor, but to double the anti-inflammatory effects. Let it simmer into a rich broth. Sip it. Freeze portions. Add it to rice or soups. And if you're feeling adventurous, chew the softened skin and tendons. They hold the real treasure. I know, it may not sound glamorous. It may not look like the food you see in TV commercials. But for generations, these humble ingredients have kept bodies strong, joints flexible, and elders walking upright long into their later years. And now, you know their value too. So as we close this chapter of healing foods, take a deep breath with me. You've just been handed 5 keys, simple, natural, proven ways to ease swelling, rebuild your joints, and reclaim your strength. But this isn't just about food. It's about freedom. Freedom to move, to stretch, to stand, to dance, maybe even run again. Now let's talk about what this means for you and for the people you love most. Let's pause for a moment. Let's not rush past the weight of what we've just uncovered. Because I know how it feels when your body doesn't respond the way it used to. When you reach for something and your hand trembles. When your knees swell after a short walk. When you see stairs, not as a challenge, but as a warning. It's frustrating. It's humbling. And sometimes, it's heartbreaking. Maybe it's not your body, but someone you love. A mother who once carried you now needs help standing. A father whose hands once built your home now grips the edge of the table just to find balance. Or a partner whose touch has grown slower, heavier, not because love has faded, but because movement has become a quiet battle. These are the things we don't always talk about. The little heartbreaks. The silent fears. But here's what I need you to remember. This moment, this season of life, is not the end of your strength. It's the beginning of a different kind of power. Because this isn't just about easing pain. This is about reclaiming control. It's about saying, I may not be 20 anymore, but I am not helpless. It's about loving yourself enough, loving the people around you enough, to nourish your body with intention. To treat food not just as fuel, but as medicine. To look at your kitchen and see a healing space, not just a cooking space. You don't need to start with pills. You don't need expensive injections or complicated treatments. What you do need is knowledge, is patience, is faith in small steps, and the courage to walk into the grocery store or open your pantry and ask, what can I choose today that brings healing? Because healing is still possible, even after 60, even after 70, even after 80. And not just physical healing, but emotional strength, confidence, and joy. Every bite you take, every cup of broth you sip, every bowl of berries, every egg, every fish, every humble chicken foot. They are not just meals. They are investments in your future. They are whispers to your bones that say, I haven't given up on you. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the people you love. Let this be the start of something gentle, but strong. Something quiet, but lasting. Something as simple as food and as sacred as hope. Because you deserve to thrive in your golden years. Not just survive, but thrive. Let's take a gentle moment to remember what we've learned today. We talked about bone broth, that soothing, golden cup that does more than warm your belly. It cushions your joints and restores what time has taken. We talked about eggs, so simple, so familiar, yet filled with the exact building blocks your body needs to produce collagen and reduce pain. We explored fish with the skin on, a powerful source of marine collagen that works fast and deeply, especially for aching knees and swollen ankles. We discovered the secret behind berries, those colorful little fruits that protect your collagen and brighten your joints from the inside out. And finally, we gave respect to the most humble hero of all, chicken skin and chicken feet, a forgotten treasure rich in the very collagen that cushions your bones and keeps you moving. These are not just foods. They're quiet allies. And each one is a secret weapon against swelling, stiffness, and the slow fading of mobility we too often accept as just getting old. But now you know better. Now you have options. Now you have hope. And I'd love to hear from you. Which one surprised you the most? Was it the fish skin? The chicken feet? Or maybe something you've already been eating without knowing its power? Let's talk in the comments below. Really, go there now. Share your story. Ask a question. Even just say, I'm starting today. Because when we share, we grow. And when we grow, we heal together. And if this video touched you, if it reminded you of someone you love, or if it gave you that little spark of motivation you've been waiting for, please take a second to give it a thumbs up. It tells YouTube this content matters and helps more people find their way to healing. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to Thriving Oldies. This channel is here for you, not to lecture, not to overwhelm, but to walk beside you week after week, offering small, practical, powerful ways to age with grace, with strength, and with wisdom. Because aging isn't the end of the story. It's a new chapter, one where you get to choose how you feel, how you move, and how you live. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me. Here's to pain-free mornings, to stronger steps, to fewer pills, and more real food that actually works. Here's to nourishing your body as a daily act of love. And above all, here's to you, still thriving, still shining, still golden. Until next time, stay thriving, stay golden, and never stop believing in the healing power of small changes made with great care.